Once upon a time, June 8th, 1977, a legend was born. With successful albums such as College Dropout, Graduate, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Mind, and 808s and Heartbreak, amongst others, was the great and famous Kanye West. He is one of the most successful rappers and producers of all time. His career began and goes beyond just music. He is a successful clothing line, Yeezy, an extremely successful entrepreneur and family man. Having married Kim Kardashian on May 24th, 2014, with 2 years later having 4 beautiful children, St. North, Psalm, and Chicago West. Kanye as a superstar, now multimillionaire or billionaire, with sold-out shows, growing music portfolio, and a thriving business. But how did he get there? And how did he get so much accomplished so quickly? Is Kanye getting more heat than he actually deserves, owing to his ongoing controversies? Is he currently the king of hip-hop? Is Kanye really crazy for his slavery comments and MAGA associations? What was his life like before fame? It's time for me to answer all these questions and more, since this is ASMR. Back at it again with another daily video to help you relax. So lay back and enjoy the ride. I hope this read helps you get you through your day, or even better, I hope this video helps you gently fall asleep. I can't wait to get started. This is the tale of Kanye West.
Once upon a time, a young kid, raised by a single mom, developed a love for music. This love morphed into the aspiration to become the best producer the world had ever seen, and later, the best rapper the world has ever seen. The kid's name was Kanye Omari West. While it might seem as if Kanye has had one hell of an easy time with his career, it has not been the case. Starting out as a producer in his mom's basement, Kanye would make beats that he would sell to his friends for $50. His hustle would go on for quite some time, allowing him to upgrade his equipment and improve on his art. It was during this time that he met up with No ID, a producer working with renowned rapper Common at the time. No ID would take Kanye under his wing and mentor him through the production business, showing him what was expected of him and how to go about defining a style that he would be proud to call his. Kanye has since attributed his success to No ID and the role that he played in his life, most notably how he helped him identify his sound and perfect his craft. Leading up to Kanye picking up his first musical instrument, he had schooled at Polaris High School and even enrolled for 1 year at the Chicago State University. His parents, Ray West and Donda Williams, divorced when Kanye was still a kid, with the formalities of the divorce finalized when he was just 3 years old. Kanye was mainly raised by his mom, with Donda taking Kanye with him to China at the age of 10 while she was teaching at Nanjing University as part of an exchange program. During his time as a kid, Kanye demonstrated a love for arts and a desire to stand out from the rest. In class, his mom reported him drawing purple bananas and blue oranges, just as a move to stand out from his peers. He loved poetry at the tender age of 5, and his mother noted his love for drawing and music when he was in the 3rd grade. Kanye, according to his mom, was book smart. However, his social skills were constantly lacking, and he found solace in art. His love for music specifically would later usher him into the global scene, first as a producer, then a rapper, and then a fashion designer, among many other things. Convinced his mom to pay for time at a recording studio which charged $25 an hour. It was a tiny basement studio, but Kanye got it done, and this was just the beginning of his musical journey, mainly as a rapper. Throughout the 90s, Kanye would make beats for a bunch of artists local to Chicago. He would, however, develop his skills of not only sampling classic soul records, but also speeding them up to achieve a unique style to his music. It was, however, until the age of 19 that he released his first official production credits when he produced a total of 8 tracks for a rapper hailing from Chicago by the name of Gray. The artist's album was titled Down to Earth, released in 1996. In 1998, Kanye would get signed by G. Robertson and Kiambo Joshua to the management and production company Hip Hop since 1978, mainly as a producer. Under this label, he would work on projects for artists and music groups alike, with some of the notable works being Foxy Brown's China Doll Project, and 3 tracks on Harlem World's World Party album. It was not until the year 2000 that Kanye would get his big break as a rapper. All along, he was known as a producer, but he would often speak about being more than just a producer, being a rapper as well. It started with him working at Rockefeller Records, the label behind Jay-Z. Here, he would contribute to Jay-Z's biggest tracks off the album, The Blueprint. Critics have been keen to note that Kanye played a key role in revitalizing Jay-Z's career with the work that he did in The Blueprint, which dropped in 2001. The album was not only a commercial success, but it also pushed both Kanye and Jay-Z into the limelight. This would see Kanye work on other artists at Rockefeller such as Ludacris, Janet Jackson, and Alicia Keys before choosing to fully explore what he considered to be more than just being on the technical end of things. He wanted to be a rapper. Various record companies ignored him, including Capitol Records. Damon Dash was the one who convinced the team at Rockefeller to sign Kanye, although Jay-Z has come forward to admit that the label was initially reluctant to support Kanye, not as a producer, but as a rapper. On October 23, 2002, Kanye got involved in an accident while driving from a recording studio in California to his home. The crash left him with a shattered jaw that had to be wired shut. Kanye also had to undergo reconstructive surgery, and without any medical insurance, he had to pay everything out of pocket, which left him broke. Where others may see shattered dreams and hopelessness, Kanye found inspiration. His accident would birth Through the Wire, a track that he recorded still with his jaw wired shut. This formed the foundation that he needed for his debut album, and he even referred to the album as his medicine, seeing as working on it allowed his mind to ignore the pain that he was going through. He would later announce that he was working on an album titled The College Dropout. College Dropout leaked months before it was officially released. Again, while many would see tragedy in this situation, Kanye saw an opportunity to review the album, and it allowed him to remix and remaster it before finally releasing it. The perfectionism behind Kanye forced the album to be postponed 3 times from the initial scheduled release date of August 2003. Once out, Through the Wire would peak at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 5 weeks, and Slow Jams featuring Jamie Foxx and Twista became Kanye's first number 1 hit. The College Dropout received universal critical acclaim and was even voted Album of the Year by 2 major music publications. The album would eventually be certified triple platinum in the US and garnered Kanye 110 Grammy nominations, including Best Rap Album and Album of the Year. It was during this time that he founded Good Music, his record label and management company that would bring on board artists and producers such as No ID, John Legend, Kid Cudi, and Pusha T, among others. With his first album success, Kanye would then proceed to record his second education-themed album, Late Registration, which featured tracks such as Touch the Sky with Lupe Fiasco, Hey Mama, and Diamonds from Sierra Leone. Between 2007 and 2009, Kanye would drop 2 more albums, Graduation, 808s, and Heartbreak. Graduation dropped on September 2007, debuting at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart and selling over 957,000 copies in the first week alone. The popularity of this album spiraled owing to Kanye's feud with 50 Cent on who would make more album sales. 50 Cent was dropping his album Curtis on the same month as Kanye's graduation. However, things would soon take a turn for the worse when Kanye lost his mom in November 2007 after complications following cosmetic surgery. Again, where others would see adversity, Kanye, evidently emotionally drained, chose instead to channel his creativity, and with it became 808s and Heartbreak. This album was an expression of Kanye's emotional state. Having lost his mom and having ended his engagement with his fiancée Alexis Pfeiffer just months after his mom's death. The reviews on the new album were mixed, but his audience still appreciated what he had put out. Critics have noted that 808s and Heartbreak had a profound effect on hip-hop and still does to this day. It opened the door for rappers to take on more creative risks with their productions. Between 2010 and 2012, Kanye would drop My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which featured artists such as Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Kid Cudi. This was Kanye's fifth album and still received widespread acclaim from critics. He would follow this later with a festival tour, which further stamped Kanye as a notable figure in the entertainment scene. Not just from an entertainment standpoint, but a commercial one as well. Running through June 2012, Yeezus, Kanye's sixth album, dropped on June 18, 2013, and went on to become his sixth consecutive #1 debut. It was also in the same month that he reported expecting his first child with Kim Kardashian, having proposed to her in October the previous year. In February 2015, Kanye premiered his clothing collaboration with Adidas, dubbed Yeezy Season 1. The reception was fairly positive and would mark the beginning of what would become a billion-dollar brand. Kanye would proceed to drop Ye and Jesus is King, and in 2019 January, he started his weekly Sunday service. That would lead up to Jesus is King on October 25th the same year. Kanye has been no stranger to controversy. From storming the stage on Taylor Swift's MTV speech to storming out the 2004 AMAs, to calling slavery a choice, Kanye has constantly been the talk of the town and a staple in tabloids. However, one thing that everyone can agree on is that his talent is unquestionable. Some have even noted that if Kanye West did not exist, then most of the rappers and singers in the airwaves today would not exist either. Who knew that a lowly boy growing up with a single mother in Chicago would get to the helm of hip-hop and commend the fashion industry the way no one else has before? Kanye has done it, and he still has a long way to go. He may be no stranger to controversy, but his talent continues to constantly speak for itself.